Okay, this is from Act 1, Scene 5, when Romeo and Juliet meet for the first time. And what this really is, in modern day parlance, is a guy kind of flirting and picking up someone. And he's using a lot of lines. And it is sometimes talked about as love at first sight between these characters. But I think we should put some pressure on that too, because I think it's through language as well that they fall in love. And what's being used here particularly is religious language. And it's religious language for erotic love. And these characters, they're in Italy, and they're Catholics. And to an English audience, these people are seen as, excessive. This is all context, remember? These people are both like super cultured, but excessive as well. They're over the top. And there is something dangerous potentially in the fact that they are relating religious love with erotic love. But all that really doesn't mean very much to me. What I'm really drawn to here is watching a young guy see someone he kind of fancies and trying to chat her up. Now, the thing with Romeo is we've seen him really depressed, we've seen him really intense about Rosalind and being broken up with. So we should be somewhat suspicious of how quickly he goes with Juliet. But I'll tell you what, if you look at his language and the way he's speaking, I find it both quite beautiful and quite funny in the way that he's using language to approach her. And I think it's because Juliet responds to him that he really, that this isn't any longer, this isn't Petrarchan love, where it's only one way. It might start that way, him worshipping her, but actually it's a two-way street. So, if I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle vine is this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss. Wonderful, simple rhyme, A, B, A, B. It's a bunch of extended metaphors. Okay, so profane is kind of religious violation. Religious violation. So he says, if it's a religious violation to touch you with my unworthy, my lame hand, this holy shrine, which is you, equals you, girl, you're a holy shrine. So if my unworthy hands cause offense by touching you, this is how I'm going to make up for it. My lips are going to be two blushing pilgrims. Pilgrims are religious people who are on a walk of devotion, religious devotion. And he's saying his lips are these pilgrims, and they're going to make up with this rough touch with a tender kiss, that contrast. So, if I offend you, then I'll kiss you. Now that's really cheeky. So if I offend you by touching you, I'm going to make it up by kissing. Okay, he's really trying it on. And what Juliet does is she flips it all on him. Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. You're telling your hand off too much. It's not unworthy. Saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss. So she flips it on him completely by saying saints have hands and pilgrim hands do touch. So a saint's statue may be like this, and a pilgrim kisses it by putting his hand on top of it. Okay? I used to think it was this image of prayer, but both images kind of capture what I'm getting at, which is palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss. So when your palms touch, That's kissing too. So she's saying, don't worry about it. Kiss with your hands. And not only that, kiss by praying. She's flirting back, okay? And her rhyme scheme matches. C, D, C, D. Oops, C, D, C, D. And this intertwining of rhyme really shows how skilled they are, how poetic they are, but there is a real fun. He comes back. Whoa, don't saints have lips? Don't saints and the palmers or the prayer, these pilgrims who touch palm to palm, don't they have lips? Don't they have lips? And he goes, yeah, they do, to use in prayer. Oh, snap. Yeah. Use your mouth to pray, please, not to kiss me. This is real flirtatious banter. She's very smart. She's very fast. He tries it on again. Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. So he takes back. Okay, let's let our lips do what you want our hands to do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair. Let's let our lips pray, which is touch. Unless our faith, our belief in God, turn to sadness. Let's kiss. If we don't kiss, our faith will turn into despair. She's not really having it. Saints do not move, the grant for prayer's sake. So saints, I'm not going to come to you. I'm not going to move. The most they can do is grant a prayer for you. Okay, then don't move, he says, while my prayer's effects I take. Thus from my lips, by yours, my sin is purged. So he says, okay, you don't want to move on me. I will kiss you. And you will grant my prayer, will take my sin away, purge. This is really corrupt, really dark use of religious language. Then have my lips that sin that they have took. But if I do that, do I inherit your sin? See, she finds a flaw in his argument. Oh, sin? Now, from my lips? Oh, trespass, sweetly urged. Give me that sin again. And so he goes like this. Look, he kisses her, and his sin is gone. Then she's worried. Oh, did I get your sin? And he goes, oh no, do you have sin? Give me my sin again. Kisses again. So he gets 2 kisses out of her. And she says something really funny. You kiss by the book. Now, I don't know what this book means. Could this book be religious? The Bible? You kiss by the religious book? Or could it be like is she saying, you're really lame, it's like you've read about love? Or too much poetry? I don't know, but either way, it's a really funny comeback. But in this small little exchange, what I notice is 2 young people playing with language, playing with religious language in a risky way, bantering back and forth, stealing each other's image and extending the metaphor and translating it. And in this moment, it's not just them looking at each other, but them talking to one another that gets them to fall completely in love. Romeo is no longer a Petrarchan lover. He has found someone who matches him and meets him.